Alright, so this is a commission work. Let's do, so you know, the purple indicates translucent PLA. The gray is a gray matte PLA. Bambu Studio here, we're painting it. I'm just checking each of the eyes to make sure there's a good viable translucent path. This is a commission work for a customer. We're putting, I'm going to be putting some LEDs behind there so that the eyes kind of light up. They're going to be colored LEDs, so this is going to be a clear translucent PLA. So the colored LEDs will hopefully carry through. So just put all the different eyes on here. Bonus points if you can tell me in the comments what models you think these are for. Here's a clue. You're going to have to be probably over the age of 35 to understand what they are. Here, we'll run it and see how long it's going to take. It's a good amount of time, multicolor. We'll just scale back here and look to see, make sure there's like a clear pathway. We'll see if there's anything that stops it. Get a little tricked up here on the bottom ones there because they're actually on their side. Those look okay. I do notice on the left there's a little blockage. I wonder if I can get some of that out of the way. I just make these sides translucent. Yep, gotta kick that down. There we go. If I make these sides translucent as well, maybe that will minimize the amount of gray filament put in. That's the hope anyway. I still want that gray base. I'll let it do its clicking here. Okay. Going down. Yeah, it seems to have lowered it down a bit. I think that might be just enough to get some of the illumination through. You can only do so much here. I mean, technically, you can print them all translucent and then just paint what we want to be gray. But I think this will have a cleaner effect on the finished model. But yeah, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make sure I've got the printer selected that I need. I'm going to slice it, and then I'm going to actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out that I need some support. So let's go ahead and do that and put some supports on here. You always want to make sure that you'll look at a print from start to finish before you send it, especially a multicolor print, because it's going to be using a lot of time and you don't want that time to be a waste. Looks like I'm going to put supports on several of these objects, so I'm just going to do it on the object based and not on the plate, because not everything here needs supports. Usually my support of choice is the tree support, especially in a Core XY printer like what I'm using here, the P1S. There are some use cases for regular supports, and usually when I do normal regular supports I tend to like the snug. I seem to have the best output with that. I'm not really painting them on here. This slicer at least is smart enough to know really what supports it need, what supports it doesn't. Usually on these type of rounded surfaces, you might see some issues where on sharp edges sharp edges might think it doesn't need a support. Usually I like to give those supports because I've run into situations on my own models where technically it should go, and it does kind of go, but the layer adhesion is really weak. So if there was a support there, it would have been a lot better. And that's about it. Supports are enabled. I'm going to slice it up. And I'm going to look at the supports, make sure everything looks good. Make sure you bring the you look down through the path and see what happens. I do notice that it's putting some in the center of those eyeballs, but I just wanted to make sure once it gets near the top, it's actually going to change it. Yeah, it changes it to the translucent, which is what I want. It'll be easy to remove, so it shouldn't create any type of potting or anything on there. So, and then I'm going to send it to the printer, and that's it.